And why don't we join the traditional Kazakh cuisine today, and cook a delicious dish, Beshbarmak, and we will make it, as it should be, in a cauldron, from lamb, horse meat and beef. To begin with, we clean the meat from the films and veins, thoroughly wash it, and put the meat in the cauldron. Fill the meat with 3 liters of water, and put the cauldron on fire. When the water boils, during the first 20-30 minutes, the resulting foam should be removed from its surface. After the foam stops appearing, we throw the peeled onion and carrot into the water. Now you can close the cauldron with a lid, and cook the meat over low heat for 2 hours. Well, while the meat is boiling, we can cook noodles. For this we pour flour into a bowl, add eggs, salt and pour warm water. From these ingredients, carefully knead the steep dough, put it under the lid for 20-25 minutes, or wrap it in food wrap. When the allotted time has passed, the dough should be kneaded again, and divided into 4 parts. We roll out each piece of dough into a layer 2 mm wide, sprinkle with flour, and leave to dry for 20 minutes. Next, cut the layers into rhombuses with a side of 6 centimeters. We lay out the lozenges on a flat surface, and leave them for some time to dry out. Now we open the cauldron, and remove the formed fat from the surface with a ladle. Pour it into a separate bowl, only 1.52 cups are needed, and we send garlic with stalks, cumin and salt to the cauldron. Mix everything and cook the meat for another 15 minutes. Then we remove meat, onions, carrots and garlic from the cauldron with a slotted spoon. Separate the meat from the bone, and cut it into pieces across the fibers. Then we cut the onion into half rings, leaving only half of the onion intact. We put the chopped onion into a saucepan, add meat to it, some fresh herbs, garlic stalks, ground pepper and pour the broth, so that it covers the contents of the pan by half. We put a pot of meat on the fire, and simmer it for 5-6 minutes, stirring constantly. Next, cut the remaining half of the onion into half rings, chop the greens, transfer the onion and herbs to the cauldron with broth. Constantly stirring the boiling broth, we put the lozenges of noodles into the cauldron. Cook it for 3-5 minutes, and then transfer the noodles to a wide dish. Pour it with precast fat from the cauldron. Sprinkle the noodles with chopped herbs, wild cherry and ground black pepper. We spread the meat on the noodles, and combine the broth from the noodles with the broth from the meat. Pour it into bowls, sprinkle with herbs, and serve it on the table along with the main dish. Bon appétit to everyone.